Hello guys, welcome back to episode 9 of the RJB Let's Play series. In last episode, we went over how to use create train stations and set up create trains and things like that. In today's episode, we're going to go over a train design that I came up with. I know I said I'm going to design a train off episode and then come back next this episode and design a bunch of other trains, but I've kind of decided that what I'm going to do is I'm going to have trains that are specific to a task, and I'll show you what I'm talking about later in the episode. But first I want to go over this digital miner. So last episode, if you remember, we set it to go ahead and mine a shaft. And what I did was I went in here and changed the radius from 1 to 2. So it dug a 5x5 instead of a 3x3. Just so we'll have extra room in the elevator to decorate and stuff. Because I want the floor that you stand on while it's going up and down to be a 3x3. So I changed it to dig a 5x5. I might change it to do a 7x7 and knock these out a little bit further. But it dug all the way down. I went down there and put water in case I fall down here for some reason. That way I don't die. But so I did that, and then what I did was I took the reactor and I went in here and made the radius big, and I added a filter which is star ores, and that makes it mine all the ores. So I got it to do that real quick, and it mined a whole bunch of stuff. I haven't cleaned these chests out yet, but we got a whole bunch of stuff. Got some diamonds. I know we got like over 2 stacks of diamonds, but it filled up a bunch of chests. So I had to do that. And it was going to take a long time, so I went in here and put in some upgrades. So I put speed upgrades, which, let me see if I can uninstall one. Speed upgrade is made like this. It's pretty easy. Just glass, osmium dust, and infused alloys. And then we'll install that back. And then we'll uninstall it. Energy upgrade. It's made with gold grit, or that's just the same thing as the osmium. You just crush it down, make gold. So let's reinstall that. And then I did an anchor. Now the speed upgrade increases the speed. Energy upgrade increases the energy efficiency. What this anchor upgrade does is it keeps the chunks that the digital miner is mining in loaded. And it's made like this just with a diamond dust. So I made all those off camera. And that way it would go faster and it would keep the chunks that it's digging in loaded. And you can also see I've upgraded this cable to an ultimate cable. Now to upgrade the cables, all you do is go. So let's go. We get a basic cable. If you remember, this is how it's made, and you just keep surrounding it with an alloy to upgrade it until you get to the universal. So I did that, and I also upgraded the cube, the energy cube off her episode. So here's the basic one. Whoops. There's the basic one, and then to upgrade it, you go like this. There's your recipe, and you just keep doing that. So I got it all the way to the ultimate just so it can hold more and it can transfer more because it was not transferring enough for the reactor or for the digital miner. And then I also, the biggest thing I did was I went in and I upgraded the reactor because it was not making enough power. So I went in and did reinforced stuff, which here's the recipe. It's also got an EMC value, so I only had to craft it once. But it has a bit more complicated of a recipe. But I went and made all the reinforced parts and made it bigger. That way it made enough energy to keep up with the digital miner's needs because it needed a whole bunch of power. And so I did that, and then I also took the yellorium, the thing I have making yellorium. I put a condenser on it. I'm not sure if I upgraded this collector in the last episode or not, but it's a pink one now, and I have it automatically putting it in. And then I have this set up to automatically take out the waste and put it in here. That way it doesn't get full, so it'll keep going. So that's what I changed over here. The digital miner dug all the ores, and I might have it run again at some point and make this 7x7, but I'm not sure yet. That would give me much more room to build in, but we'll decide on that later. It would be nice to have it as a 7x7, but well, I thought I was gonna have to sleep anyway. But over here is the train. This is what I was talking about. So I said I'm gonna have them as having. This is just how deep the little storage areas are. That's all that is. But I had said I was gonna have them be specific. So just an example. This one's a tanker, right? So what I have it doing. Now I can sleep. So what I have this one doing is it's set up to specifically be a tanker. So I think I'm going to make trains for different stuff. So they have vaults you can put on trains. And that can store items. So that's how a vault's made. And things like that. So I might make an item transport train and we'll just come up with stuff. And I probably will make a passenger one just so to have a full sleeve of train. So I'm going to have a train that's permanently set up to do something. This is not my final design yet. I'm not sure. You guys can comment down below. I might make it out of different blocks, but I kind of want the trains to look like they're sort of thrown together, considering this is supposed to be a post-apocalyptic type thing. So this is the design I've come up with so far for the train, but I think it looks kind of like something that would be in a post-apocalyptic thing, like it's just thrown together. Like I said, I might change the blocks. I'm not sure yet. Might not build it out of cobblestone. But then I have the trailer that's hooked to it. That's a tanker, and it has 3 different tanks with each one having an input and output. So you can store liquids on this and put them in, take them out, stuff like that. So that's what I have there. And then here, I just wanted to go over some of the stuff that I've crafted since last episode. So I went and crafted copper ladders, which is a stone cutter and copper sheets. And I'm, you know, stone cutter is easy. It's a vanilla thing. We made some fluid pipes. I'm thinking we're going over steam whistle. I haven't put this on the train yet. But what'll happen is if you hook this to a tank, it'll blow. It'll make like a whistle noise when you stop and stuff. So that's pretty cool. So I'll probably incorporate that. We've gone over copper casing and transport. I made these called placards. And it's kind of like a fancy item frame is basically what it is. And then I made a bunch of stone crushing wheels because I thought I was going to use them and make a train that has a rounded front. But I decided against that. But that's just some stuff that I've crafted to build the trains. And then there's me using the placards right there. But, and also this train, I haven't added the second controls yet. So we'll have to decide on that. But that's what I was using. I think what we'll do is we're going to use this design for now. I don't know. I might play around with some blocks after this episode. You guys can comment what kind of blocks you think would look good. But I like this design. Kind of boxy because you really wouldn't have time to design a fancy train or maintain a fancy train in the apocalyptic world. So I think this is a good design. And I also like how this looks like they're big wheels. And then this looks like they're small wheels like it's a trailer. And then it's connected like that. I think that's cool. And I have this so you can go up in here and drive it. So that's what I think we're going to do for the trains. But real quick this episode, I want to shift gears real quick. Because I know we've been doing a lot of building and stuff like that. I want to go back to, if you remember in one of the earlier episodes, we started on this, okay? Now, the reason I want to go back to this is there is a, I believe it's in, actually it's in, there is a way to connect your storage system to a transmutation interface, right? So I want to start grinding towards this. You see it's very expensive. I mean, it uses a final star, which is 3.37 quadrillion EMC. But what I want to do is I want to go ahead and get this set up. Obviously, we won't be able to set this up this episode, but I want to get the crafting thing set up because in testing it in the offline, what I found was that if you set this up, then your applied energy system has every block that you've learned is in there. And you can just craft stuff out of that. So that'll save me from having to go in here, get what I need out, and then come down here and craft it. So I think real quick, we're not going to do the work on this. You know, it's not going to take too long. Real quick, I just want to get this up and running. So we'll take this, and we'll just preemptively move it over here. But we'll stack it in the correct way. So we'll put that like that. And then we'll run the wire underground. Whoa, did not mean to mine all the sand. All right, so let me just hop up out of here. All right, so we'll slap this bed back. We'll put them back down in just a second. So let's get some universal cables, the ultimate ones, because you know this is gonna need power. I think you can just pump power straight into it. Maybe not. Yep. Nope. Okay. So you probably need a refined. Probably need an energy acceptor of some time. Yep, right there. Nope, we need a regular controller. All right, so we need quartz enriched iron. We need silicone. We need a machine casing, which is iron around stone. We can do that. Let's just go like diorite or something. That'll work. And then we need a advanced processor. So let's go advanced. All right, then we can come down here. We can craft up this. And what this will allow us to do is it'll allow us to now accept power. And another achievement. Okay, so this is online now. Now, let's just go ahead and cover this back up. And then we can put our bed back down, and we'll put the stone cutter back down in case we need it. And then we'll just put this stuff away. Sand does not have an EMC value. Okay, so now what we want to actually do is we want to go to drives. So we see a storage drive. So let's go storage, disk, disk. All right, and if you remember back in, it was probably episode 2 or 3, we were crafting the storage disk. So if we come in here, what is it called? A disk part, I believe. Yeah, a storage part. So as we go part, and we got up to the 256, it appears, is the highest we had. Yes. So 256 is right here. And if we do uses, you remember we ran out of EMC at that time, but now we have 7.82 million. So we should be able to go a little farther. So let's get our enriched, quartz enriched iron back out. Let's get our processors back out. And let's get, what else do we need? Glass and redstone. So let's get, well, actually, hold up. We're making parts, not, it looks like we will need, we already have the 256. So we will need a bucket, apparently. Oh, no, that's for the, oh, there's a floor with this. Where is the one that we're looking for? Alright, so yeah, redstone. So we will need redstone. Alright, so then, oh, and we're going to need some more of these. We'll just, alright, so that's promising. See how many we could get out. So we'll go uses. Boom. Alright, so we'll put that in there and we'll get some more out. Alright, and then we'll go uses. Alright. So how many can we get out? We can only get 2 at the moment. Can we put enough back to get a third? What is that? 16 cases? How many is it? 3 point. Okay, let's come over here. I know I was in the world a lot off camera, so oh, nice. So we'll put those in there, and that should allow us to get a third one. So then we'll come. Oh, we put all our redstone back up. Let's get that back out. Uses. All right. So we're probably gonna need some more of these. So we'll get more of these out. Probably gonna need some more of the. We'll just get more of everything. Just in case. Just in case. All right. So there's the 16K. And if you remember correct, if I remember correctly, there's all the way up to a infinite drive. So that's what we're going for. We're going for an infinite storage, just so that we don't have to have multiple. So we can make 8 of these. So that is promising again. So we'll go and we'll craft the next one. So we're at 65,536K, which is in the millions, I do believe. It's a lot. That's what I do know. Not sure how many it is. So we can only make 3 of this. So this will probably be the last tier for now. And now we need withering ones, which means we need to kill a wither skeleton. Okay. So that's all I want to do with that for right this second. What I also want to do is go ahead at the beginning of this episode is upgrade these, because now we know we need a large amount of EMC to continue to be able to upgrade these. So we'll go ahead and slap this together like that. As you can see, we already know we can do the next level. So go uses. Violet will be next. So we need purple fuel, which we know is easy, most likely to make. So we'll just do that. All right. And then that's purple fuel. So we'll put that in there and we'll get 6 out. All right. So we'll come down here and we'll make the violet fuel, or violet matter. Boom. Learn it. All right. So we can only make 1 for right now, but that's fine. All right. So now we'll come over here. We'll put that. And then, whoops. We'll put that, that, and that. And now I didn't check. So let's just come and go collector. See, we had pink, we had purple. Purple made 2,560 a second, and we upgraded it to violet, which makes 10,240 a second. So that's a good upgrade. And now we'll be generating more EMC. So we're also going to real quickly go in here and get everything out that has the EMC value real quick. Just so these will be less crowded. A lot of diamonds. Lot of diamonds. Come on, click it out. And this stuff has it. So all these ores can also be processed, so we'll get those processed at some point. But you know, we're just gonna do this real quick. All right, And then we can hop back over here, sort that, oh, we got to get this fluoride out of here. And we can sort that, throw this in here. And real quick off camera, I'm going to go through these chests and get everything moved and then consolidated real quick, just so you guys don't have to watch all that. And then I'll come back and I'll talk about what we're going to do next. Okay guys, I'm back and I've consolidated all this stuff down. I put everything that had an EMC value into here, and we're up to like 10 million EMC now. And I put everything else into these chests, so we have a bunch of stuff. But I'm not going to smelt this stuff until we do ore tripling. So that way we get the most value out of our EMC. I mean, it doesn't matter a super lot with the collector stuff going, but you know, just to try to get the most value. And since we're trying to continue crafting to the infinite storage thing, which we need to go do a wither and stuff, but we got other things we need to, probably should get enchantments and stuff before we try to fight a wither, but we'll figure that out because we need a nether star. So we'll get that done a little later in the series. But for now, I think since I want to focus on some more technical stuff now, the train, this is pretty much the final design. All we have to do is decide what blocks we want to build it out of, since most likely not going to be building it out of cobblestone. You guys can comment down below other stone blocks, whatever you think would be the best to build this out of. I'm thinking maybe make the trailer base out of some type of wood, and I was thinking spruce wood. I mean, I went and spent like 3 hours looking for spruce. So here it is. What I did first was I ran all the way up here, I put these little tags, you can see, you might can see it on the map. Like this one says, well, you can't really see it. Anyway, I ran all the way up here and I was putting down waypoints or waystones so that I could get back. And then I just went and ran this way for just a little bit and found this. So I went the wrong way the first time, obviously, but I found spruce. So what I was thinking is, I'm just going to show you this real quick, is we take and make spruce stairs, which have an EMC value, so I could go EMC them if I wanted to. And then we use, oh yeah, disassemble the train. I was thinking spruce stairs would look good for the base here. So just go like, oh yeah, I've already decided this is what we're using for the base. And you can see the glue particles because it's already glued together. So we need a few more. We'll make two sets. And then we'll get the rest of the spruce wood. We can put those up. Let me place these in here so it's not hollow. I don't think it would matter, but you know, we would know. So something like that. That's what I'm thinking. But what I'm gonna do is off camera, I'm gonna rebuild these. I'm gonna build 2 more, you know, somewhere else, and I'll do the vault one. You know, the vault we went over. It holds items, and that can be our item train. One with a big vault on it, and that's how we'll craft the vault. It's not hard. And then I'll build a passenger one too. I might make the passenger one a little longer. I'm not sure how long I can go because this cobblestone line marks the depth that we have for our little storage areas for the trains. But I'll figure it out. But I'll just rebuild this, and then we'll just change the block palette. And I might do that off camera as well. But you guys can still comment below, and if I see one before the next episode, because I'm not going to record the next episode right after this one, then I'll change it and we'll go with that. But for now, that's the design. I'm not changing the design most likely. I might change the roof. That would be the only thing I did change. But other than that, that's the finalized design. So what I want to work on, and I might have to go and do some of this off camera, is I want to start doing ore tripling. So if we come over here and we look at, say, one of these, for example, there's a couple ways to process it. All right, we can use create and stuff, but we've used a lot of create. I want to use some mechanism. So if I find the machine, where do it be? The purification chamber. I believe this is the highest we'll go. I don't think we're going to go to the chemical injection chamber because I'm not really trying to make hydrogen chloride because that's a complicated process. You got to make chlorine. You got to make hydrogen. Hydrogen's easy to make. You just get electrolytic separator and separate water into hydrogen and oxygen. Chlorine, a bit more complicated. So, well, actually, it's not that complicated. You can get a electrically used brine. So we might go chlorine. I'm not sure yet. And then that would make hydrogen chloride because chlorine's easy to get. Just use electrolytic separator on brine. Brine is what we will be focusing on making here. So you need a thermal evap tower. So we're going to focus on this first. Now, this is something that is kind of crazy to focus on before we build our underground thing, but it's not easy to tear it down and move it. So I just want a technical episode here instead of just all these building episodes we've been doing. So what we're going to go is thermal evaporation tower. And you see these have EMC, so that is nice. So it's just steel and a copper ingot. So let's go steel. And let's just get 4. And then we'll go copper. And we'll just get 1. And now the reason I already said the reason I was doing this is because I want to get the maximum EMC out of this. Also, they look pretty cool. So once they're in the... Whoops, I changed the sign. Once they're in the bunker, they'll look pretty dope. So that's pretty good bonus. Not sure how much of that you need. And then you got, that's how you make the controller. So we'll need a bucket, 2 advanced circuits, and a glass pane. So let's go bucket. Circuit. And glass panes. Glass panes do not have EMC value, so I might have them over here. I do not, so let's run. I know I have some over here. So I'm just going to hop over here real quick, you know. Boom. Whoops, didn't get it. Boom. And we'll just craft it right here. Give me that. Did not mean to open that. And then just run back over here and craft that last thing we need. So basically how thermal evap towers work is you put a fluid in them. For example, we're going to be doing brine. So we'll put water in them. And then they will make brine, I believe, is the process. I would have to check again. But that's what I believe the process is. Anyway, I will be showing you guys how to set these up real quick. Let me just get a bunch of this. We're going to do 4 towers, so I'll just get 4 of these. Alright, but let's go and look. Brine. So this is how brine is made. So put water in. And it gives you brine. Brine can then also be put back through the tower, and it'll give you lithium. And lithium can then be used in a decondenserator to make lithium. And then that can be put in a chemical crystallizer to make lithium dust. And that's what you need to make induction cells. And basically what a induction thing is, like these cells go into, is just a huge energy storage thing. But we'll work on that later. That won't be this episode. What we'll do this episode is we'll set these brine towers up. So where do we want to place these brine towers? They're a 4x4 structure, so we'll place them like over here somewhere. So, oops, that's not it. So these structures are 4x4, like a square. So like this. Right there. And then they can be 28 blocks tall. So what I'm going to do real quick is build 4 of these, and then I'll come back and I'll show you where I placed all the blocks and things like that. Okay guys, I'm back and I built all the towers. I said you could build them 28 tall. That was me, I misspoke. You can only build them 18 tall. But once you have them built, they will look like this. So just for example, you put place this in. You'll see red particles, that means it's completed. And then you look in here. It generates heat. The heat is based on biome, so if you put it in the desert, it'll be hotter. And then there's also other ways you can heat them up. You can make a heater. Let's see this. A resistive heater, and you can run that to it and heat it up. I believe you can also put solar panels on top and heat it up, but that doesn't really matter. I've went ahead and set up a little pump right here from Create. You know, this looks complicated, but I just had to use some stuff because the way I built it. And just got some water wheels in there spinning, pumping water into this. Because this is how you make brine with water. So this side's filling up with water. You can see it's holding 50 buckets of water right now, and then it's processing it into brine. So it currently has just a little over 2 buckets of brine. And you see this one's not doing anything because I haven't done it yet. So what I might do is just pump this same water over. Which tower do I want to do? We'll do this one right here. Boom. And then that can be making brine. So water should be going in there. Hopefully. It kind of moves slow, I believe. Alright. And then we will we'll have these 2 towers. This one will be making brine. And then let me come around here and show you. You can actually go in here. So you can click this to show recipes. And then brine is then turned into liquid lithium. So I know we're going to need that later on. So because we're going to need lithium. So I think I'm going to have 3 of those towers making brine, and 2 of them will be so I can have brine, and then the other one will be making brine to turn into liquid lithium. So if I come over here and I go basic, I'm not exactly sure what this cable's called. What the, oh, because it's typing in there. I got you. That happens sometimes, eh? So we go basic, and we need the one that transfers fluids, this one. So we probably already have a mechanical pipe, don't we? Nope. So we'll just craft it real quick so it's still in a bucket. So still and a bucket. So we'll come down here, we'll craft that real quick. And then this is just all the stuff that I use, so we can put this stuff up really. No, I need my wrench. Give me that. I like to keep my wrench in there. Alright, we can we should probably keep those fluid. And we'll probably get a pump. Well, we should probably kept all that stuff. We'll get a few of these back out. A few of these back out. Some shafts back out. Cause I'm gonna set up, I'm gonna do it off camera, but I'm gonna set up another one. Well, actually, no, we don't need to set up another one to pump water. We'll just keep the pipes. We'll get it figured out here, folks. Alright, so then we're gonna take these and we're gonna get our alloys real quick. So we want that one, that one, that one. Then we'll actually put this in there. We'll get a little bit more. We don't need that much. Alright, so we'll come down here. Probably did need that much, actually. Oh, what am I doing? I'm acting goofy right now. Come up here, put that in there to learn it. Alright, and then we'll learn this. Learned, and then the last one, we're just upgrading them so that we're using the highest tier. You know, it transfers faster and things like that. Alright, so then we'll go ultimate, and we'll get those out. And then we're probably gonna need this to change which way it's facing and stuff like that. So we'll come over here real quick, and what I want is it to take the brine out this tower like that, and it'll go into that tower. We can't jump over that. Okay, and then now this tower will start receiving brine and it'll start making liquid lithium. All right, so that's now doing that. And then we're looking, this tower still needs, or this tower is making brine. This one is not making anything, so we should probably just bring some water over here. And we can just go into this little one right here. We'll actually move it to the front one in case we want to export out of that one. So let me put that there, this here. All right, there you go. Now this one should be getting water here soon in just a second. It is, there you go. Now we have 3 towers making brine, and 2 of them are just brine towers, and one of them is, what are you wondering people doing? And then the villager, where are you? It's invisible because it's nighttime. Okay. That won't be a problem when I go to sleep and wake up and kill them. Alright, so this is our brine towers. So we know we needed the brine to make the... We're going to be using brine to make chlorine, okay? Because remember, we're trying to do this one, okay? So, oh, there the wandering trader went. Let's see if he has any good traits. No. Hello? Okay, we're getting lag in a single player world, but that's okay. So I'm going to run over here real quick and put this stuff up. Since we now know that, or since this is now set up. So let me put this back in here. Alright, we can go kill that wandering trader. That's weird, isn't it? Having lag like that in the single player world. Alright, so these towers will produce brine. Alright, so we know the next machine we need is a... Actually, hold up. We need this brine. Electrolytic separator. So let's go separator. Goodness. Separator. Alright. So this isn't too bad to craft. So let's go craft this real quick. Does it have an EMC value? It does. So we will need to craft it only one time. Let's also see the... Well, we'll check in just a second. Let's make this real quick. So have I had to craft this yet? Core. I assume I have, right? Nope. Okay. So how is it made? With alloys, grit, osmium, and iron. So which one was it? Gold, 2 osmium, and iron. Let's see, do I have grit? Or it's probably called dust. So we need... They're not in there. Okay, so let's go gold, osmium, iron, and we will need alloys. So we'll go ahead and get those. See what else we need. We need iron and redstone. So we need some more iron. That's a lot. And then redstone. So I want to see real quick. Let's see, where is our crusher? If these random grits have EMC values or not. Because if they do, then we'll use them. Also, I did not put any upgrades in these machines yet. I should probably do that. Yes, they do. All right, so I'm going to get all this grit made up and stuff. And then I'll come back with the electrolytic separator crafted. And then we'll go set it up. Okay, I'm back. I have the separator set up. Here it is. You just take the brine out of the tower and bring it in here. So the brine's going in and it is separating. So it's separating into sodium and chlorine. Let me check real quick. Do we have a use for sodium? Liquid sodium. Basically, no use for sodium. So what we'll do is, you see this button here? It says idle, dumping excess. So when this gets full, it'll just keep dumping it. That way it keeps making chlorine. So this will use brine and it'll make chlorine. For now, I just have an energy cube set up here. This is not going to last very long because this thing uses a good amount of power. But this is just, temporary so I can demonstrate it. But this episode is starting to get kind of long. So what we'll do is, remember, what we're doing is trying to get the quadrupling ores. So what I'll do off camera is I'll make all the other machines. And next episode, we're gonna finish up setting the quadruple thing up. And then we will go into I'll get some stuff set up so that we can try to do some enchanting. So what I'm gonna do off camera is I'm gonna build a dark room spawner up in the sky, and I'll set up an enchanting thing, and we can get some enchanting going. That way we can go find a nether fortress and try to get the wither skeleton things done. Because these next few episodes, I want to take a break from building and laying out the base, and I want to start setting up some tech stuff so we can get this stuff progressing as well. So off camera, I'll make all the machines, and I'll get them set up, and I'll probably just run power over here from the reactor over there. And so I'll have all the machines set up, and then I'll show you guys how they work in the next episode. And I'll just demonstrate the crafting recipes really quick, just so you guys can see that. And I'll have all these brine towers doing what they're supposed to do. And then we'll come back. We'll have the machine set up. We'll go over that real quick. And I'll have all the enchanting stuff done. And I'll just show you the dark room spawner and things like that. And then we'll just go in the nether and we'll work on finding a nether fortress. And then we'll just set a waystone there so we can get back to it. And we'll continue working on trying to get that infinite thing. So that's what I'm gonna do off camera. We get this stuff finished, and we'll come back next episode and I'll show that. But for now, this has been episode 9 of the RJB Pack's Let's Play series. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Remember to like and subscribe, comment down below, and until next time, have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next time.